there might be a different way. You mean I could actually go to work differently, even if the system doesn't change? If you're a doctor who feels stuck, like your only options are either going up in flames, staying where you are, or completely leaving medicine, this video is for you. I'm Dr. Mo, and although I live for the tactics because I crave those systems, I want to know how to do things. Most doctors that I work with don't need more information. Right now, you need permission. You need to believe that there might be another way to do things. I'm going to tell you my story on how it started for me, and hopefully you'll see a bit of yourself in that story. So I'm classically trained in emergency medicine, and I practiced full time for 15 years. 13 of those years were in a level 2 trauma center, the same emergency department overnight. I only work nights in the ER. It's who I am. And I say it's who I am, although I haven't worked a night in a couple of months because I'm taking a sabbatical to write a book. That also calls to my soul, right? Next question in your brain should be, wait a minute, how can you do that? Well, this is how. I never planned to leave emergency medicine. My goal was to get myself to 4 to 6 shifts a month indefinitely because I love my job. And as I started helping people online through health concerns, right? I'm also a sports nutritionist. I was a triathlon coach for 10 years. I've completed 7 Ironmans, always been into personal professional wellness, certified life coach, right? This is what I love to do. And I was helping someone online and she said, wait, you're a doctor? And I said, yeah. And she said, can you be my doctor? And I said, I don't know, maybe. And I looked into telehealth options because she wasn't local to me. And I thought, well, maybe I can help her through this. And I did. Next thing I know, within 6 weeks, I had 2 jobs. I was working full time in the emergency department and I was doing a telehealth practice. And I learned, how to get malpractice. And I learned a lot of things, right? Those are the tactics that everyone wants to know. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do you get patients, right? There are tactics to all of these. But more importantly, when the patient asked, can you help me? It was different because in the ER, right? I come in and patients, there's plenty of them. You know this. No one's asking, can you help me? It's assumed you're going to help them. That's what you're there for. It's a little different. When somebody says, can you help me? I'm like, oh, yeah, I bet I can. Oh, by the way, thanks for all being doctors out there. This is not just for doctors, but a good chunk of you will be. If you're feeling burned out and need permission to shift, Freedom to Shift is my podcast if you want to take a listen to that. But if you need freedom to shift, nurses, lawyers, anyone who's high performing, hop in, take a listen, grab something valuable, take what you like, and leave the rest. But I'm glad a lot of you are doctors because I'm dealing with a subconjunctival hemorrhage and getting over this viral crap because, of course, no vacation comes without a price. It was a great vacation. It was our longest family vacation to this point, which will probably be my longest family vacation because I really crave routine. Our family is a bunch of homebodies, but we had a blast. Here's the deal. You don't need me to tell you tactics. What you need for me to say to you today, what you need to hear today is there might be a different way. Do you mean I could love medicine again? You mean I could actually go to work differently, even if the system doesn't change? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And that's the beauty of how I serve others and how I serve you. Because my goal is to explain that all I did was I helped. Somebody said, can you help? And I said, yes. It took me about 6 months and I completely replaced my emergency medicine income. So did I quit? Nope, absolutely not. I spent quite a bit more time working full time because I didn't want to. And then I wanted to drop a couple of shifts. And that did not sit well with my administration, oddly enough, right? Because when a patient comes into the ER and you're taking care of that patient, they don't know if it's your first shift that month or your 20th. They only know that they are in dire need of your help. So it is what you bring to the table. And I had told my upper level management that I knew I could bring more to my job if I had a bit more bandwidth. And I knew that if I could just drop a couple shifts, I knew I could bring so much more to my patients, to the organization. I still love my hospital. I still serve on committees. And he actually told me, he's a great mentor to me, and he told me the only way for longevity in emergency medicine is to go part-time. And I took that to heart and I did. And it didn't necessarily fit with that ER, and neither did the way I was practicing. As my life shifted, and as I took a year and a half to gain the freedom to shift, which is why my whole goal with this series of videos is to impart you with permission, with that freedom to shift. People think it's either just keep grinding, keep going, or quit. Start getting into real estate. I need passive income. No income is passive in the beginning. Newsflash. Believe me, I tried the real estate route 5 years ago. It was too much for me to learn, which is why I took my skills, my expertise, my passions, my love of coaching, and now I formed a practice, medical practice, that does that. I am the coach in my medical practice. I have colleagues who help me write the prescriptions, do the medical care, do the billing. I don't work with insurance. Well, we help with PAs, but I don't work with insurance because I think people should make an investment in their own health. And I think that insurance companies are meant to circumvent that. So that's my personal opinion. And that's what I teach people to do. Do what feels right for you. What calls to your soul? What do you love about medicine? What do you love that if you could do something half time and your clinical job half time, what would that look like? Because you know what, another thing you need permission for? It's to dream. I mean, think about this. When you were pre-med, you dreamt about medical school. When you were a medical student, you dreamt about seeing your first patient as a doctor, as a real doctor. You finally got to do stitches at the end. You're like, please, God, let somebody else do these stitches. I don't have time. I've got an entire department to manage. All the things that you love, that you dreamt about, that you prayed for. When you're in your 10th year of emergency medicine, God forbid, my sweet spot for my people are if I can catch you at year like 5, 3 to 5. Think about this. What are you dreaming about at year 5 in emergency medicine or internal medicine or critical care or any medicine, really? Let's be serious. You're dreaming about retirement. You're dreaming about taking a vacation with your kids. You're dreaming about maybe date night, hoping that you don't fight with your spouse about money or how much time you spend at work. Those aren't dreams, guys. That's survival. So, what this channel is, well, it's Watch Dr. Mo, right? I tell you everything I've learned. I'm going to hold nothing back. I will tell you what I did, what you can do, right? What are your options? Why you would bother doing something different, learning something new, and when to start, because that's what I want to give to the doctors out there. If I can tell you, you can walk down this road, but you're like, dude, I don't even know where to find the road. All right, let's back it up. Let's back it up. Let's talk about it because it's not quit or grind. I mean, if you want to quit, that's fine. I can do that too. Like I said, it took me 6 months. I replaced my income completely, scaled beyond that, well beyond that. It's not the point. And you're like, yes, the money's the point. Believe me, I get it. It's important. It's critically important. But what you need back is you. You need back that autonomy. You need that feeling of, holy shit, maybe I can make a decision. Maybe I can choose how I treat patients within reason, right? This is like me on social media saying it's not medical advice. I don't give financial advice. I don't give medical advice. I don't give legal advice. And please do not take my relationship advice. I've been married 30 years. My husband always says we've been happily married for 10 years. But, he's perfect for me. He tolerates me, right? That's what we need. I don't give professional advice. I give life advice. I give the advice that you need when it's 11:30 at night and you're scrolling thinking and you're Google searching, how can I make more money? Because I can't do this anymore. I was walking through with a friend to a rather affluent, depending on your perspective, rather affluent neighborhood, very pretty coastal neighborhood, $3 million houses, give or take. They started at three. And we were walking, and she looks over and says, I can't work any harder. Who lives in these houses? I can't afford this house. Who lives in these houses? And I chuckled and I said, you think these people do shift work? First off. Second off, back to my real estate discussion, you think somebody's not helping them pay rent with this view? They get help because we are indoctrinated to feel like there is one path. Get a good job, retire, then die. I don't know about you, but that path sounds like my version of personal hell. Imagine if instead you chose relevant over retirement in there. And you said, wait a second, what do you mean relevant? How do I maintain? How do I stay relevant? Maybe I have to do more CMEs. Maybe I need another fellowship. So many people need your voice out there, just the way you are, exactly with the knowledge you have. I'm emergency medicine board certified, obesity medicine board certified. I'm a certified sports nutritionist. I mean, how many letters do you want, right? Lifestyle medicine board eligible in process. My patients don't care about that. My patients care that I meet them on Wednesday night for happy hour and we talk about the real things that are going on. My doctors don't care how many board certifications I have. They care, can you get me from point A to point B? Can you save me? They told me nobody was coming to save me. Guess what? I can't save you, but I won't be a crab in the bucket dragging you down. I took the lid off that bucket. If you want to climb out, it's there for you, and I'm going to help. You're not broken. You don't need another certification. You don't need another license. Well, you might need another license if you want to branch out in telehealth, but you don't even need that. There are ways to get around that. I'm dropping half of my licenses. Dropping. Why? It's too big of an expense. I don't need it. Wait a minute. What? That's where I get into tactics. That's where I want to make this video 3 hours long so I can just tell you all the things. But I can't. Here's the deal. I am Dr. Mo. Not the real name, right? I mean, it is kind of. It's Maureen Gibbons, MD, CISSN. Because, yeah, I got some letters. Doesn't matter. I've got experience. I have fun. We have fun learning the new things that you can do. And that's what we're going to be doing. So if you like, go ahead, like and subscribe. Keep it coming. WatchDrMo.com. If you have any doctor friends who you think might get some value out of this content, if you have nurse friends, nurse practitioner friends, PA friends, anyone in healthcare who's thinking, holy crap, I just need someone to open the door and show me the light, have them come on in. I would love to have them. Love it, love it, love it. If you want to get in touch with me, just DM me on Instagram. Easiest, fastest place to find me. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. And just remember, my message to you today is you're not broken. You're just a little stuck. So if you want more information on creating a coaching practice that you love with or without telemedicine, this is the place to hang out. So come back for the next video and I'll see you on the other side.